Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Back for my weekly vlog. Excuse me if I got some of the vlog um, series numbers wrong, but however, I will always have the correct vlog series number in the description. So um, you might see some discrepancies with the numbers, but I will always have the correct vlog series numbers in the description so everybody's on track. All right. So uh, it's been a month out since my surgery. And as you see up to this point through the other vlog series, I've been explaining the pros and cons and everything else in between as it relates to um, pre and post surgery up to this point. So now it's been a month, and as far as my head, as of today, it is feeling tender in this spot here still, and it's also tender in the back in the donor area. So there is still great sensitivity to this particular area, and the itching in the donor area in the back um, is still itching. And again, um, that's always going to vary from person to person. Some individuals experience little to no itching, and some people experience a lot of itching. I think my experience at this point is that I'm in between. It seems like for me, my itching occurs at night as opposed to the day. That's neither here or there. But once in a while, I might have some itching irritation during the day, but I see that it's mostly predominantly more at night. Um, and it's just a weird thing. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I don't know if it's hormonal, but it's just a weird thing. But again, always be mindful that if you need to satisfy that itch, make sure that you're using the inner palms of your hands and just rubbing. And if you have a habit of scratching, make sure that you just use a sock so you can just slightly rub your head in the donor area in particular, because again, it's still healing. And my donor area is still healing as I still feel the sensitivity, and the front part here as well, as I still feel the sensitivity. Um, and so in regards to lifestyle changes, I'm still actually shampooing my hair with the shampoo that my hair clinic gave to me. I try to do it at least every day. I definitely don't want to overwash, but at least I try to get it every day, or at least once every other day. Maybe I'll just let it slide for one day and then do it the other day, because again, I just want to make sure that my head is clean, sterile. There's no germs or nothing of that nature that's going to be toxic to the repairing process in the back for my donor hair, and then also the uh, the regeneration of growth and new growth of the transplanted area. And also, what I'm still doing to this day is that I'm using, hold on for 1 second. It's right here. I'm using paper towels to actually dry my hair like this, pat dry, because I don't want to use a towel. Even though you wash towels, sometimes they have chemical agents in it and things of that nature. So I have not put a towel to my head um, since the surgery. So I've been using, because it was prescribed that you dry your hair with a clean towel. So with a napkin. So what I've been doing is been dapping my hair dry. Of course, I would use more than one of these, and just to make sure that that there's no foreign particles or agents going on my head during this period. So I'm still doing that, because once again, you have to seal the wind, baby. That's what you got to do. You got to seal the wind. So in order for you to seal the wind, is to make sure that there's no chemical agents from fabric softeners or anything of that nature that's going to disrupt. Because right now your head is still sensitive. My head is still sensitive and I still feel it. So my advice to you is to use heavy duty paper towels to dry your head throughout this process, um, until there's a point in the month where where you stop feeling the sensitivity and when you start feeling new growth. And I think that's going to be down the road for me at this point. And of course, I'll let you guys know that situation. But for now, I'm still doing manual paper drying of my scalp and hair, just to make sure that my head has an opportunity to to repair properly. And I am once again I'm using rosemary serum. Again, I did not elect to take the serum and products that were sold by the health company because once again I did my research, and it's based on your genetics. Um, my genetics uh, and my research didn't suggest that I needed the extra products because again, I don't have my issue was a little bit more different. Um, I always had a recessive set forehead, so basically, I I always had it. So um, so I wasn't experienced. I don't have male pattern baldness in the back or anything like that. So there was a little bit of receding in the front, but um, I didn't think that constituted for me to take a whole bunch of series of hair products. But I do believe that hair products do work for the people that need it. So once again, when you get your consultation with your person, you have to make sure to see if the post-care options that they provide for you, which is an option again, is good for you. So I did some research and I figured that I used the rosemary serum and spray because that allows to help to promote for growth. So that's what I'm using after I shampoo. I use that. Um, Today though, I just washed my hair, and what I wanted to do was just to make sure that my scalp is nice and dry to moisturize. So I'm using my organic aloe gel, um, just to make sure that my head is, it's repairing properly. Again, it's not chemically based, and I just want to make sure that I am doing what I need to do. Um, as far as what it looks like, I'm going to show you here. Even though I do have this on my shorts, please watch my shorts to see the process. But I'll just share with you today what this looks like real time in this particular video. So I'm at the phase whereas now I think I'm it, in between the fallout phase and the regrowth phase. And so that's what you're seeing there. But I definitely am still pleased with what I see. Um, and there's an internal dilemma for me to shave the sides and do certain things. And I did some research on that, and there was a lot of conflicting reviews. So for me, and then also my head is still sensitive, and that's another thing as well. So I'm not going to get a haircut until my hair, my head actually physically feels like my head, how it felt post surgery, when everything is repaired completely and the hair's grown, things like that. So I don't expect to get a first haircut until the new year. So right now we're in October. So let's say in 2004, maybe early that, maybe I might get a haircut because at that point I should have more hair growth in the areas and everything should be coming through. And even when I get the haircut, it's not going to be touching predominantly the areas that I've gotten transplanted to. So, and that's really a touchy subject, as I discovered, is when can you get your first haircut? And I will say to you that that should be one of your frequently asked questions to the individuals you speak to. Because again, that is something, It depends on what type of job you do, what, you know, how you engage in life and situations. I'm in a situation where I don't really have to engage with a lot of people. Um, and when I do go out, I can wear a hat or I can wear um, other methods, whereas it doesn't seem odd as to why I'm wearing a hat. So, but if you're working in a work setting and you're working with people and things of that nature, um, you might want to ask prior, when can clients first cut their hair? And also, what does that haircut look like? What spaces where? What level, number of shave uh, should you tell the barber? What are the no cut zones? What are the zones? But that's a whole nother story down the line. But I figured since that was something that I was researching as of actually last night, that I share that with you as well. As far as my diet is still clean. Um, I'm eating a lot of protein because protein is essential. It has amino acids for repair and stuff like that. Once again, my head is still going through the trauma of repairing from that surgery. So it is important that you guys make sure that you're eating properly, and I believe that is helping me tremendously. Um, so I'm eating egg whites, lean meats, uh, actually no red meat, but I eat poultry, fish, a lot of smoothies, a lot of greens. I eat like this in general, but I'm making sure that I eat very, very healthy. Even before I go to bed, I eat a protein shake, but it's more predominantly egg whites and some egg creamers and things of that nature. I have these concoctions that work for me, whereas I try to get the highest amount of protein in my body with the lowest gram of calories and fat. So, because when you sleep at night, right, it is important. That's when your body's repairing the most. So if you can get a protein supplement before you go to bed, not only is it repairing your overall body while you sleep, but it's also repairing uh, your surgery as well. You have to understand that your head has gone through a series of traumas through this. This is not an easy process. Emotionally, actually, I thought about it. I said to myself, "What would I go through with this again?" And I said, "Yes, but it's not. It's not an easy process. I'm not going to even lie to you. It's not an easy process, but you have to be committed to it because the payoff is there." All right. So they are certain things I see now, whereas there's individuals. I saw an individual say that he did it with no anesthesia. I don't believe that. You cannot do this surgery without local anesthesia. No way. There's no way you can do this without local anesthesia. Um, and now some companies now, as I see, they're offering needleless um, needleless uh, anesthesia. So these are things that you have to ask also now. Is about uh, uh, pain-free applications during your surgery. That's what you have to say. Like, do you provide pain-free applications during your surgery? Of course, they're going to say, well, we offer um, local anesthesia. But once again, as I explained to you in previous various video series, that the needles itself are painful. The insertion of those needles are no joke. So you have to ask those questions because, again, that's the only time you're going to get to know what's going on. Do not be shy. Don't feel like they won't accept you, whatever. You're the client. You're the client, potential client. You're the potential customer, and they're going to want your dollar. So you have every single right, especially if you're going to plan to take money and go overseas to do that, to ask those questions. So let me get back on track here. So my eating is on point. I'm drinking a little bit of water, a lot of more water. Um, and again, I don't have that many vices in life, but I do like my energy drinks. So I do eat my energy drinks. I'm back to drinking coffee again, a little bit black. So because again, I don't feel like it's getting in the way of the repair process. So now I've started doing that. And I started to work out within the last 2 weeks, I started to work out. Yes, 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 yes. As you can see, starting to work out again. So this is something. But I will say the month off that I took was good for me. It was good. Um, I ate properly during that process. It wasn't like because again, as I stated, 80% of fitness is eating. So, so my eating is always going to be right at the end of the day. Even if I don't work out, my eating is going to be good. So, so I started to work out. But again, I started to work out. I For the first week, I did cardio only because again, my body was resting for a whole month. So I needed to upstart my body. So I did 20 minutes of cardio every day for the first week. Then the second week, I started off with cardio again, first day. Then I did a light to moderate upper body. Then I did cardio, and then I did a light to moderate lower body, and did cardio. And now, actually, today after this workout, I'm going to do a second day in the week of cardio. So, and then next week, I'm going to start to ease back into my regular schedule because again, I still need to respect that. Even though I'm already past the zone stage for any strenuous exercise, but I just want to make sure that I'm not stressing my blood cells or my any type of situation wherever that. So I'm okay because I'm an elite lifter. I'm an elite workout person. So my moderate would be someone else's elite. So as long as I'm getting my body moving, and also I don't want to hurt myself either, because the way I train, if I had jumped back into that workout, things that I do, I would hurt myself. So even forget this. So I don't want to even do that. And I believe I made the Ferrari analogy a couple of weeks ago. If a Ferrari has been sitting in the garage for 6 months, you're not going to just open up the garage door and zoom it out of the garage. Something bad's going to happen. You got to let it rev up a little bit. You got to drive it around a little bit so all of the moving fluid body parts get acclimated back to what's about to take place. So, so this is probably going to be the week of me just doing what I usually do, but at a lesser, moderate pace, and I'll gradually build into my normalcy of working out, which is high intensive superset workout sets and things of that nature. But everything is good. My weight is good. Everything's good. And so that is also the good side effect of this hair surgery is that because you want to protect what's going on here, the benefit is that you should make sure that you're eating properly, getting proper rest, making sure you're doing all that stuff. And I know that it might be a unintended benefit, but you're getting more shape. Even if you don't work out, eating healthy alone, your physique will change. And so again, see this as the icing on your cake. So even if you decide that you get the surgery, understand that the hair is just the other part, but you want to make sure that your body is matching your hair situation as well. So it's an overall lifestyle commitment change. And again, when my first video I showed you guys, you can go back to the first video, that is the reason why I elected to get the surgery, because I want to enhance my lifestyle that I live right now, to make sure everything is matching. I have a great appearance, and so I just wanted to make sure that my crown, which is my head, and my hair, to make sure that I give it the best opportunity to also be a part of my lifestyle as well. So pretty much that's where it is on that point. Still hadn't heard from my healthcare clinic people, but again, it's something that I'm just taking notice. I want to see how long it takes for them to check in on me, or if they will ever check in on me. I wanted to check in on them to just whatever. But I want to see, because again, this is part of the experience as well. If I'm going to make a recommendation to for a hair company, I want to make sure that the grade I give and the information I give to you is 100%, so you understand what's going on. And so, but as far as the performance of what's happening, as far as the hair and everything's happening, so far, so good. And so, that's all I'm going to say about that situation. But other than that, I'm feeling okay. There's no adverse respect. I'm feeling no adverse effects from the surgery at all. Once again, I just feel a little bit of soreness in my head, soreness, sensitivity in the head area, the donor area, itching up top. So I have no issues. But what I'm going to do though, and because again, it's just me, I'm going to elect to take a blood test just to make sure that all my vitals are fine. Now, again, you don't have to do this, but this is what I want to do just to make sure that there's nothing in my blood work that is off based on this surgery. Even though there's nothing wrong, because I've worked out, I've been doing cardio, I haven't felt any way. I worked out, I didn't feel any way. But I think that it's still imperative that I do that for me. And I think that because if there's God forbid, but there's not, if there's an underlying process of a problem, at least I was able to catch it during the blood work. But other than that, the only thing that they did was draw blood, but I do have to account that they did stick a lot of the local anesthesia in my head, and that is a lot of chemicals. And again, I just want to make sure that my blood work is okay, and it's okay with that, and there's no issues. So that's the quick update for now. I will always have shorts in relations to my hair growth update process, and I will check in with you guys always once a week, let you know how I'm doing, how the hair's doing, and that point. So other than that, if you have any questions, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need one-on-one consultation, it's in the description. And if you want to donate to this cause, the information is also there in the description. Again, because I'm here for you guys. I want to give you my full experience, unedited, unbiased, unfiltered, and fill in the gaps in between. And not, I don't want to be the person with the before and after pics and there's nothing else in between. There's no conversation. There's no these type of things. Because again, I wish I had someone like me sharing this information. Because the best decision you can make for yourself is an informed one. All right, peeps. Take care. All right. Bye.